works look like. But hey, this is what they actually look like. Introducing Kenny Rose Wireless. Switch to Kenny Rose Wireless and enjoy streaming without buffering, communication with no lagging, business without restrictions, and achievements with no.
Messi come back saying no need only yeah, tell us me ko how I no person obejiska, but sometimes I forced to pay.
Okay.
Untimi shada money pa na kasa. If you want man me ankasa ma shada no me tieska na me dia man no ja say. I said me beti mata alcohol.
We give you our code there. Great, fantastic. But me share same free Biggie. Kylian Mbappe situation, I mean from minim dia kakra me wo football nim no technically impossible. So either January or even the end of this season, Real Madrid bet menya Kylian Mbappe. Eba sika say mu ye nyina e ko kata ye hu send your mind city and your more commitment to sports. And yes, even now say mu crash mu yes mu ba beto space. Tottenham Hotspur mu person mu be Premier League ni mu kakra. But down my Kylian Mbappe quite biggie.
Very difficult to say or player to say Kylian Mbappe and the performance or the that of Paris Saint-Germain numbers are or the more club be a better or be keeping the best players said they be a bit me aboa no na ono so ni dream ono so ni goal ono so ade person achieve in a football season bia no sane man sabiti me aka. But then again you ask yourself say Kylian Mbappe at a point in time now Abrante decided to pursue free Paris Saint-Germain for reasons best known to the player. He felt say he wasn't happy at a point in time. And yes, he can't go on there are certain things the player would need in his footballing career. And yes, he can't go on a bit media amount. Over to me, Jessica, all right. But there will never be one many level be one man. Roma Madrid a bit me the water, of which Paris Saint-Germain ain't me for to. I am not going to disrespect Paris Saint-Germain, but that is a fact. In football, you will never be one man, Jessica, and a bit media bro. There were certain things about the game. Say club will be or one level will be and a bit me push you network. When a player plays for Real Madrid, there is that possibility and likelihood say obey the world best player than that of playing for Paris Saint-Germain. And only one of the things that we a player, not say yes, you can't kwana opa ubetimi ashe. Obi apart from that, Real Madrid in penny for any section of the supporters at a point they decided say only the emotions never run a football. But football, I mean actually enjoy emotions in the running. There are times that you look at the qualities a player and the bebel, what the player is going to bring on board, you look at these things, no one decided to take a decision. Only being a pre-player, player and one on some dada. And I want to about keeping the player. So now just based on that, player and about Real Madrid and a whole lot of things. But the most important thing they say, player and qualities over here. Obi, you were talking about competition. A healthy competitions make a team strong. And the wins ever. Or Real Madrid team that home this year. Ubenya Vinicius Jr. on the other flank. Ubenya Karim Benzema as the arrowhead. Ubenya Federico Valverde on the other flank. But the big question is that only man away free one man. Real Madrid the year changes are. Why would Mbappe replace these players? Vinicius Jr. as we speak after the World Cup, the performance and it is affecting Real Madrid because on 90 million why Mbappe apart from Enono, I'm a player into Sutrimbia there because in his absence, whoever gets the opportunity to play ahead of him can't perform better than he is doing, even though on a form at DP. Karim Benzema, Federico Valverde. The position of Real Madrid clearly, HSL Real Madrid needs wings forwards. Federico Valverde, is a central midfielder, but you're pushing to give him that makeshift role because players are doing more some our position. And to me, Eden Hazard is a typical example. Ojina's our position, your only favorite position now. He can't play. It's only option. So you may push your makeshift. Clearly, the Chelsea says our Real Madrid position to go down. And they are going to need somebody to fill it. And Real Madrid now, any team decided to go for any other player. And I say, just any player so me fill our position. No, they go for top-notch players. A bit me the head in hazard situation. Say player no quality, but own team more. But until that happens, and the current performance, any numbers and I'll be Ginato or the top player and Ababa Becho. And for the numbers, any performance, Minjin this Kylian Mbappe being here any form of introduction when coming into the Real Madrid team. And see, some Madrid for only few some way here player at this moment, of which Mimi Gidis or Muhiana, or they should put aside emotions.
Okay.
And yeah, football in your provision store. No one decided to set in tomatoes, no man, and Bibica Kofaya, and the Papa Noya Behimen Tom Famano, Debbie. A wow seeker, of course, and only the honor. But football, do you have people following you? What's all more money, Jay? And so, more money, and yeah, pressure be to me about bet to me, you a free baby. And I believe some Madrid and Fabi Anton Chain, no more for player and family. He has the quality, and the quality Mbappe has, with no disrespect to any other club. A typical Real Madrid material.
Well, begin watching in Kano on this Kylian Mbappe developing story. Sir Christian, I know the Kakraba also because
I think it will be a Mbappe story. No, Obi actually so. Say you can't say no to quality forever. Absolutely. Let's imagine say any other player be able to treat Real Madrid like the way he did that. Kamadi Betimaka say we are not going for him again. Young Kona say that. But regardless of treatment, Kylian Mbappe, Edema, Real Madrid, no performance in Intino, Madrid may even put away their ego and say there be a brand new treaty a bad there. But let's put away our ego and go for this player. A brand actually, we get the Kakanina, ball a brand anybody. Them sure say he walks straight into any team in the world. Team we are seeing Biano, a brand Mbappe there. Me sure say I'll be number 2 teams, 3 teams in the world. Kylian Mbappe and walking straight into them. He walks straight into any team. So the quality why he has it. But the question is, unlike other leagues now, you won't buy out clause. No, you don't have that in France. Say the anchor didn't want Spain and a branch and willing to go. And the team class 1 penny. The only answer over to buy out clause and Ameboa.
Yeah.
But in the case of the French league, you know, there is nothing like a buyout clause. Okay, the player decides to make still under contract. So a pay the demands of the club, no, and a bit my branch and acquire 20 minko. So in the case of a PSG, or money branch of contract, Mbappe Pesuoko, Madrid they are willing to buy. But can they afford the asking price of PSG when there is no buyout clause? That is a major question because PSG them yes at this moment, you know, so about brand for the Kylian Mbappe who pay investment they've made in him. Any brand they almost have everything around him. Yeah. Now so Penedia me sure the asking price no team can afford it.
Absolutely.
Say team bia Spain, England, and I said the Biana just pay the buyout clause, the price is yours. But France there, nothing like that exists. And that made the situation very, very difficult. Mbappe would like to move at this moment. PSG unwilling to sell. Madrid willing to buy, but the asking price alone may put you off.
Okay. Casillas.
Nana yento so na Mamura Rio Ferdinand aswe kakra na anope you no so the same kakra dia but now mubusa no say so far Premier League no or teams no emode mo obi eba say o choose the player of the season so far Pepe bi adua say na nanko no so be sia but this is the response Rio Ferdinand by say if Arsenal win the league and Odegaard continues, he's my player of the year.
I think so far so good. Arsenal team no boys on my yard, you know, rate your more Odegaard, Partey, Ramsdale. You know, maybe in a certain order. Okay. Odegaard there anymore. Me sure say nipa be brain no e be ya adwen so Odegaard to us saying at age 23 the sort of leadership of the Arsenal team no. You Arsenal captain say bi ache. We know the form on kasa onye dede obobo na nkasa no abrewa abrabom what Real Madrid kofa no adibe dunum mekai mat no they got big story abrantie ba ya hwe nanimu Odegaard wakai me Jose Mourinho mre no so no there's this player Jose Mourinho first season Sergio Canales who you know boys in your moon to me live up to the expectation nanam konenam sociedad them say fire but he's finally home where you know more appreciate And many real Jay meaning say Christian
me they start biama Ajari Sisia so the better so far in the Premier League midfielder so much goals pa on the lead.
Yeah, 8 goals, 5 assists.
Yeah, and you know
he's Arsenal's top goal scorer.
Yeah. And Arsenal probably Arsenal best player. We are talking about the Premier League tops leaders or the league table. Arsenal they lead. Their best player so far Martin Odegaard. Midfielders are able Premier League ni na they almost goals pa no Odegaard wash goals 8 goals in the Premier League. So as the leading table no untimi nka say oni hodo mo a nka Arsenal leading table no ohun say nka oni hodo mo a bia nka Arsenal leading table no bia nkomu leading table no. So we're such a key figure in Arsenal topping the Premier League table at this moment. And you know nka team be leading table now play being one man because say that player absence will not affect the team that much. But in the case of Odegaard there, in the absence of Odegaard, we sure say Arsenal be affected that much. And you know, so far the minimum for your dream. And when we say Haaland is goals there, but so far Premier League player, one must so much excitement. I branch for Odegaard. Maybe you are beating the expectation. Maybe a starting season, your man lower expectation. And our team raise even above our own expectation. I branch any me sure say obiani agene ho but the question also comes say identity players mean to be member certain clubs now omoko certain clubs there then they begin to flourish and play at that top level. Ghana say tell you bet me for player biaba asante kotoka so for continue more yenya sa player then to a smaller club. The same player no back to has that one TV mono suddenly become such a big player.
Say in fact who a be fapa King Faisal for striker ya Osman
Bukari
Osman yeah the ball King Faisal no abo ashe goals Ibrahim Osman yeah oba kot continue mo
boko King Faisal
brutal
na kot the obama King Faisal no na kotoko akodo yeah and you know I think it's a certain place being a certain club in fact no idea to Musa Ebia Odegaard not because of quality but Madrid standard near expectation maybe and want to be a meeting
Madrid and Casa Butreni but Piggy you can say Odegaard and Arsenal's best player so far but me sure Arsenal team no more player who you free more assemble back as your player Thomas Partey
of course.
Because Wakwaisa Casemiro no, we be to be more sabo na obo no.
Biggie Bem no mamefa we say so preko na mumie no preko say. I don't know I say raise the question say the best defensive midfielder in the Premier League. Almost 3 players in aba.
Okay.
Now there are players no omudi say diaba no. We bought Thomas Partey dia na mu say we do any bad. These are the players omo say so far DM for no defensive midfielders no. Omabo Casemiro, Omabo Rodri, and Omabo Thomas Partey.
Median come you Rodri film. Okay, Rodri no we replacing Fernandinho ye. But Moise Caicedo no Brighton 4-6 no. Abantero ni bobo. Enti me Rodri this season me hu ni ye. No kra wo hono me share down hu ni ye. Aha enti come the Caicedo ni mo mbehim.
Okay.
So far
I think Thomas Partey has been fantastic. Casemiro then Moise Caicedo. Meaning so what defensive midfielder be this season. Pascal Gross guy all Brighton. Pascal Gross on your bad cry. This season so why be on so cry. Me share Dante Declan Rice on card this season ye. Na Calvin Phillips no himself no so no change na not. Partey Casemiro na but
that argument we bar among for where Casemiro what he has done in the past. Send me and Partey compare no. But we are looking at presently. See here can was no there. Me sure say in terms of all the Partey and Casemiro now say we pay DM based on Abranteno pedigree and status. Any baby of Fintino. Yana most of the time argument net tilted towards Abranteno and Casemiro. Casemiro is standard or an amazing player in that role there. But season where there se obo Casemiro Partey ben me sure say Partey kra lead Casemiro obeni pa and you know sometimes you know say there be how you can say we as a party team is half from nobody mass now even be 50% about blasters we are good to go. This is it has been amazing.
On the two true Arsenal on the true most in the near bro petawla pepan in Sahwa long throw but about Black Stars now high drink akra okay meaning
talking about the best players at Arsenal certainly we included Thomas Partey or Arsenal team no I standout performance for Arsenal this particular season. I've said on countless occasions so this season what the games are Arsenal Lucy games muya the Arsenal clearly matches are Thomas Partey movie difficult say Thomas Partey be game with Arsenal this season now any man ko yim from Arsenal he's the orchestrator onu na BB Arsenal team no onu na dictate the pace onu na chebe be abo nemfa kwan omfa so more ball even how to start everything in the Arsenal setup based on Thomas Partey. Martin Odegaard, we were talking about the numbers or the goals any idea, but one player Obi I feel say we shouldn't forget about Aaron Ramsdale. Osha Ramsdale baby Ofriba teams are now about Sheffield no idea at a point in time Bournemouth you're relegating when even Arsenal signed him people question they say this is a goalkeeper when your team be around the relegation and Arsenal akwa it's the Arsenal ever call relegation eventually this season ebi idea the Odegaard so they say almost goals and the Arsenal team no so whenever you are talking about Odegaard apart from performance no passes or bema any idea no numbers goals no and a man for Gina so Nadia Cass and the money was through because only a lot of numbers this season. But over Ramsdale 18 matches imposed for Arsenal in the Premier League. We were keeping 9 clean sheets.
Okay.
9 clean sheets.
Wow.
And a goalkeeper and a keepy. Out of those matches, Arsenal are winning 15 and Lucy just 1. And see if you have such a goalkeeper, not say the goals or more attack here. Then see the clean sheets and saves. Now I'm fan judge the goalkeepers. Mostly I have to money here money in our children now striker be 1 goal near the 3 points in the bar. We forget the goalkeepers. For me, honestly speaking, it's me best player so far. And it's going to be these 3. But among these 3, some of the goals at the Martin Odegaard, I feel I wouldn't be fair to goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale.
Okay.
Because clean sheets there on Juma as a goalkeeper. So if defending the goal lines, now boss in channel. He's gotten 9. It's the other 2 Odegaard goals and 8. For me, I feel Ramsdale is doing better than that of Odegaard.
Okay.
And I'll go for him.
Okay. Talking of defensive midfielders, here referee Bruno Guimaraes, Newcastle. Yes.
Wow.
Very good player. Very good player. Yeah, very good player.
Bruno Guimaraes.
Yes. Solid. We can DM say we're proud. I
will say our tweet say he will be back earlier than we all expect.
Very well.
A big argument about recognition from our goalkeepers, you know. Only we World Cup no be able Leo Messi abaso. But Leo Messi Emiliano Martinez and can the goalkeeper Eddie Hugo Lloris maybe he may not have won the World Cup. And I will be on him. Take a goalkeepers ni change here. And anka Mbappe goalkeeper any Martinez and anka Messi goalkeeper any Hugo Lloris Ebian Mbappe we need the World Cup, especially at the shootout. And the goalkeepers sometimes are not giving recognition. Me assure say Obiso Obia say one and Argentina for goalkeeper when they won the World Cup in 1986 Obiankai. Obiankai Maradona. So sometimes goalkeeper be even so Arsenal the Tottenham was special. Arsenal won the game though. But even though in the second half, let's go and look at the saves now Ramsdale. So you about defenders, you about midfield the Thomas Partey, you about goalkeepers. Sometimes you know the recognition needed by goalkeepers, you know, we don't give them. But I think said they are so key and so integral. Ebi Arsenal we season in any able players the ball mabaswa. Obiakra and Kai Ramsdale. But so far he has been amazing. Even so to be BT Arsenal defenders, no be too we are. You are yet to be that goalkeeper. And so far Juma ya Arsenal season when there. See about Arsenal best players no one fast Brenton and Kanwa. No one fair to him.
The main share anymore and say or mobile to us say season DM say over 54 points more to play and 54 points to fight for. Into and wrapped up for Arsenal in all honesty. Into was so more consistent because when town to me January champion. Football na fe na curve no any kakra emu be din kakra ma Arsenal. But I just hope so they'll be consistent and the end of the season, we'll see what happens to the Gunners. Okay.
The other clubs never bought Europe, but Arsenal, as we bought the Europa League.
Yes, Europa League. Okay. Arsenal. Yeah. This season there was a kuono omutumi crew abakubi. Ohuna nyoma sisa okuonim. Okay.
Now Arsenal come on the DC, but I'm say out on Modric, no. Say Arsenal shortlisted 5 players.
Okay, very interesting.
Yeah, Baku Leandro Trossard.
Oh, Leandro Trossard. I'm sorry, Brighton for no Chibi.
Yeah, so my nephew almost squad.
Yes, everyone say Trossard or Leonardo.
And Oko Saramtina. Omo this Japanese Mitoma.
Yeah, Mitoma. Solid player. Or hard gaper.
Yeah,
win so. Oh, Mitoma.
Yeah.
Okay.
On also Arsenal shortlist.
Okay.
And Rafinha, FC Barcelona. No, up. Or the 5-man shortlist alternative transfer target after missing Mudryk.
Okay.
Yeah. And Metete Ferran Torres.
Okay, Ferran Torres.
And Kvaratskhelia.
Oh, let's say no mum na you wana.
Players have about the Kvaratskhelia do move yo.
Mitoma no or Brighton ana.
No, Southampton
Mitoma. Okay, Mitoma. No, Mitoma or Brighton.
Brighton.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah.
Mitoma. Okay, Liverpool, Brighton. No, me guys
free actually by
Trent Alexander-Arnold, bro man, Brian Mitoma. Yes, very young player, I think 23, 24 there about or Brighton. Yeah. Okay, so the options Nedianka, Kvaratskhelia, Mitoma, Ferran Torres. But Arsenal should not panic. The entire Mudryk no call Chelsea. They say Chelsea for the two and himself. Yeah, team no wow went into a pansam into Baubenya Biabo. Arsenal hono Martinelli wo left hono Martinelli num players are on untumi to Martinelli into the Braha. Na bebo na yema na unze Chelsea Suzuki asem no osoro kakra and them say Ukraine relationships kakra so ho them say microphone omunya iska no omayi mu $25 million so mo de boa Ukraine war no one of the cities Mariupol in Tokwane Kosovo Mariupol no so I think Arsenal's targets but enko January we won
Debbie summer
transfers
summer.
Okay Kvaratskhelia for Arsenal
that'll
be amazing. And the goals no better also Kvaratskhelia.
Yeah, Kvaratskhelia.
Okay.
These are the 5 players Abetuga say Arsenal shortlist or more after missing out on Abrante friends and Mudryk.
Okay.
Now Mudryk so Abase Arsenal ne Chelsea be the same price.
Yeah.
But then said the already catch him, Chelsea penny for the 2 plane and they are Brighton and Shakhtar Donetsk in penny for the Kotrasi. Emma move from the player buy. And I just say omutimi a convincing player that enough Brighton decided say obe going for
Omo call Turkey hono.
Omo de netra omo private jet.
Guys are serious.
And omo de buy. Ti I don't know fast omo de nya Brighton I see. Ti omo confirmation pay £97,000 a week.
Oh, that's nice.
And Mudryk omo de man player now started training cry. All heard him say in Chelsea's next game. That's a manager friend say Graham Potter. He decided to be using now.
Graham Potter only optional. Chelsea's next game manager ni decide ya. Oh no, to honey against Liverpool.
Yes.
Saturday against Liverpool.
Now
12:30 kickoff. Mudryk on the left, Raheem Sterling on the right. Kai Havertz false 9, Mason Mount number 10. Nonya Denis Zakaria na Kovacic 6 and 8. Zakaria Pra. Oh, one of the ball. Oh, okay, Mateo Kovacic. Now, Badiashil. Now, Badiashil. It's wrong. Badiashil. I'm ranting them. We can now, but the issue there, also signing by 7 years, 6 years. So no, there's a lot of room for improvement. Uncle Bonnie Koulibaly and then the tear goes, but the issue not there.
Say now no ball wins or win
against Crystal Palace.
Against Crystal Palace.
Oh, here ball, me person, man, I'm 90 minutes there.
Ball,
Nana. ball control be pa.
Say I'm one because you change winning team. What just not winning the two, but they say the boy no winning back.
Okay.
On one the
Okay.
Yeah, but we shouldn't forget and then so one Premier League game I ever so.
Yeah, United.
Crystal Palace, Manchester United.
But Palace team yet. Palace team no man who omune Chelsea man who ye cry. Mateta ne Eduardo ne what friends are honey there. I find Matthias said the entire teams are kesi and penuno. Ne ball no I say Stephen Amankuna the NB. I say I grow no I say unproductive. One ball also passing no okay. Ball was all yen in term na or koye match sem oh one yan is or twice say party about Crystal Palace na chu. Okay, young game meaning say more any comments on Man United Palace? That would be a great game. Marcus Rashford, brilliant form. Casemiro doing so well. You really feel look sure. Look sure.
And now no the ball centre back.
No, don't give up on anyone. Look sure. No, Jose Casa or the not doing a bubble. A brand 4 and saying oh Bomber United no. Any Malaysia nominate Ten Hag dear. Ten Hag dear no Ukraine. So Christian, Man United bet me for when I was at House Park and
Manchester United accord 9 games in a winning streak, 9 in a row. Obi, me show a man for Kai. Say a second time a United ASRDB since our Ferguson retire. Me Kai pass 2016 December 2016 to January 2017 under Jose Mourinho. Manchester United winning 9 games at Twaso. But United TV Esha. About the first time I since I Ferguson Koya, Manchester United winning 10 games at Twaso. Now Oko Manchester United abako semua. Our longest winning streak came under Alex Ferguson. Abra Manchester United call 11 games. Those 11 games, Manchester winning all those 11 games. So basically they are on course. Says our longest winning streak now. Omunya under Alex Ferguson. Maybe United winning. They are getting closer to that winning streak now. Omu 89. But Mama for Renfi. Said the last time 2 teams this year, near the last day of Premier League of last season, Crystal Palace as a Manchester United and that was Crystal Palace on my first home win against Manchester United since 1991. Baobi, yes, I can't chairman for say a lot have changed since then. Yeah, can Manchester United as Crystal Palace Obi and yet. So far this season, Crystal Palace about 9 games against teams are on what the top half of the league table. See, I kind of top half now a 10 league table. Was there 20 teams in the league? So teams now occupy the first to the top spot, the 10th spot. Crystal Palace about 9 games against them. In those 9 matches, Obi Crystal Palace and Winibi. In fact, what draw me and 6. Wow. So start form no against teams now on what the top half of the table no and Sharam Koyi. Last season na Obi Crystal Palace elusu 4 games ofi. 4 games was after 38 matches. So far Crystal Palace abo only 18 matches obalusu 4 games ofi. So for a team last season na olusu 4 games ofi. Not just 18 matches, olusu 4 games ofi test and Sharam Koyi. Now let me check Crystal Palace on the last 5 games. Obi, last 5 games now Crystal Palace abono. Oma wini ba kupe. Elusu 4. Now say Crystal Palace elusu a Obi omunche gompo. Say last weekend here Manchester United share Man City by 2-1. Now Chelsea some 1-0. Say all the coach here me kai say omusu 4-0 to Tottenham Hotspur. Omusu 3-0 to Fulham. And Nottingham Forest some 1-0. The only win in their last 5 games came against Ed Bournemouth by 2-0. So Crystal Palace form against Manchester United at this moment there. So far there, so we open teams na team form here pa there. Aston leading league table there, but so far Manchester United form no all other teams in the Premier League.
Okay.
Okay, Abrante Fen Fraser has him Obi. The last 3 games against Manchester United was 3 goals.
Okay.
But we are talking about a player. What about 5 games in the Premier League? In those 5 games, on go.
Okay.
It explained the entire Crystal Palace lose also or your main man. So I say one say Jordan he said Jordan he won't be chesa. It's most of the attacks in and obi go. I'm a Crystal Palace Abrantia, the friend is Zaha. But Zaha ako 5 games Zaha ain't be go. That is why even when they are losing lose by nil, not 2-1 and not 3-1. Yes, so even a single goal. It is our form no Manchester United at this moment there. Obi and Sharam Koyi. And then the mere expect is that Manchester United should win. Bombesa, Martial should be on the bench.
Okay.
Now Rashford the lead the attacking.
Okay.
No for Bruno Fernandes and now Abrante Fernand Rashford the chi. So the last time we saw changes, and we had 2 goals against City. Also the Bruno Fernandes echo on the right, and Ericsson able behind Abrante Fernand Martial. Time coach saw changes. Eddie Bruno Fernandes ever number 10. Eddie Abrante Fernand Rashford ever lead the attack. They had 2 goals. Abrante Fernand Rashford the amazing season. The last 7 games was goals about Manchester United. Bayan kama man for sign Kai say Obi. Odum say Abrante Fernand Rashford. The last time I share away goal. The English Premier League. Boxing Day 2020.
Okay.
Against Leicester and 2-2. And was share away goal in the Premier League.
Okay.
Wakobe 25 games away on team she go in the Premier League.
Against Palace they
against Palace away there. Palace form nenye. So Manchester United should give that winning mentality and it's our winning form now. Because one thing you now kolusu ba ko pa na confidence now for us obey no na so ti against Palace and Enkoye say United ba away there but Palace alusu 4 games will fear already. Bruno Fernandes no mo ye adwuma. All of a sudden Manchester United defense now be the best defense in the Premier League because of their Casemiro presence. And they say Maguire Nebo, Varane Nebo, Abrante Fernand, Lisandro Martinez Nebo, they have a proper shield. I think that all departments are here to Manchester United against Crystal Palace in Mkwade. I'm going for a 2-0 win for Manchester United against Crystal Palace. 2-0.
Jordan Inshego. Jordan Bebo.
Last time Boshe were there.
Oh man, Kai by Jordan Beshego. Jordan Beshego. Oh yeah, last time was said that way. Also Shego. And Jordan Beshe corner kick or Bepimashe. Hey, Jordan Beshe. Both teams to score. South Park, both teams to score. Jordan to score, Rashford to score.
Always sound very confident.
Jordan Jordan Beshe go. South Park, Jordan Beshe go. Why? Into move for no son count, Mr. Moa. You're right for the corner of form. Jordan to score. Okay. Jordan to score. Jordan to score. Casillas, I mean, where we are. Yes,
and Napoli so elusu in the Italian Coppa game on boy.
Okay. Now, I think there's a game today. There's a Super Cup final.
Yeah, AC Milan Inter Milan. That's Saudi Arabia. And Saudi Arabia. Inter. That was Saudi Arabia.
Wow. Yeah. We share Inter against is it Lecce? No, AC Milan Lecce. Weekend 2-2. Yeah. Oh, no, my name's away. Samuel Umtiti or Lecce.
I don't know one and say
it was a great game.
AC Milan Inter Milan.
Wow.
It was the Italian Super Cup final. Okay. It was Saudi Arabia. And a Copa de Rey, you was Sporting Lyon and Valencia. Athletic Bilbao ni Espanyol, Levante ni Atletico Madrid, Betis and Osasuna. Okay. But now me catch one Ghanaian player no be move. That is a branch of friend say Kamal Din Sulemana. As we speak, I say Everton for now Omania Bray in chase of Abrantian, but there are other 2 clubs are almost over. Someone submit me a car Abrantian, Augsburg and a bomb of Omunyan, but per what we are hearing is Everton for, and as we speak, one LED chase for Kamal Din Sulemana from Rennes, or the French league.
Joseph Pencil. Informing a bad crowd.
Joseph Pencil.
I'm a Ghanaian place better make you move, and I'm coming here Joseph Pencil.
Attention, I could do World Cup for us.
Yeah. Can I want to walk up and affecting on?
Kamal Din for Everton.
Yeah.
Onye careful.
Everton Ejumane su.
Hold on, any players or more players, but coach no na yasem. Some of your weekend against this Southampton
2-1.
Yes, on Onana's first goal, then the reaction from Southampton. I'm gonna play Tarkowski. But Konikod or but are they
still?
So I think it's a problem with Lampard and Hono. Well. Okay, maybe he wants a new challenge. Maybe or no never senior Casemiro here and what's the team? Maybe
okay.
Or no never cause some more destiny. Okay.
But Jamie had more chance. You ever heard a Ronaldo ni Messi game? No. Sir, yeah, can say PSG for Nyakwa could drew a year kata. Number 2 also remember Saudi Arabia. Na Al Hilal and Al Nassr and omoya one team. Now when Paris Saint-Germain this year, 1 month after Saudi, I was exactly 1 month Argentina for the FIFA World Cup. No?
Okay.
Messi, and exactly 1 month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and exactly 1 month over here. Ti Nyami had much said and running Ronaldo never captain Al Nassr and Al Hilal team. No?
Okay, combined 11.
Combined 11. No more any Paris Saint-Germain. I was Saudi Arabia. Ti and Ronaldo move training.
Okay.
And ti omu team ni why one team.
Wow.
And omni PSG. Ti Rebenya Ronaldo Messi.
Okay.
Had more chana.
Okay.
Said them I can Ronaldo captain for the Saudi side,
okay.
Saudi select side.
Okay.
Now when the Paris side.
Pacho check mame na me television stations on beyi. Because much I was saying nipa to me monitor who Ronaldo ye say obet me aye adwuma na. Okay. Andy Kasila so dey see na. Okay. Open here that's bebre. Obesati Andy Kasila sen kabiom. Yemra fie. Asemo. And now Honorable Mustafa Yusuf, Sports Minister of Public Accounts Committee. Public Accounts Committee no so abedwakua Parliament ana yempanyi for mo hwemra no mo no ate ye de hwe sika ye de raw mining into agencies, ministries, corporations afine ba na wie ana accounting ye ne ba na wie sa na wo se okọ na sika na abind the raw business nem no okọ chire mu na ho and Yusuf Mustafa Enra on the National Sports Authority Director General Professor Peter Chumesi num koye na dwumade ne okoso na no mubisa minister say na opanyi na nsemu Accra Sports Stadium hu ne san no bo asemo me catch me abrante o shamasi me ka National Sports Authority boss me catch and say omode ahono man for omode ebo concert ni shows no anko mon kata park ne so me born koko se onye saade no na me kai no papa no wentie me
Chama, yes, is something that we are considering, and I've engaged the Director General several times that anytime they are going to use, there is any activity, we are not asking the authority not to allow social events to take place on the field. But if the need be, and they are going to do so, it is a global practice. You cover the field, and when you ask, they say the field is covered. But at the end of the day, then it's not covered, then the damage is done. So he has to give us assurance that because he gives the approval for the social events to take place, if any social event is going to take place on the field has to be covered nationwide. If he can give the assurance to the committee, I'll be grateful.
Yes, Honorable Chair, we do have materials for covering, except that, as my Chief Director indicated, there are better technologies that can cover and preserve better than what we have now. And that's
why are you not using what you have now?
That's what we are pursuing.
Why are you not using what you have now? Why?
It's a huge investment, Honorable Chair. No, what we have now we use.
You use?
Yes, but
the last time I entered the stadium, you didn't cover anything. You didn't. I was at our Congress, NDC Congress. I was there. You didn't cover the field.
The NDC Congress in particular.
Yes.
If you look at the usage per the agreement we had, then the setup were to be on the AstroTurf.
Okay.
And leaving the grass material.
Okay.
Yes, on time.
Anyway,
but later we saw people swimming. Yes,
actually.
Yes. That's it.
Enti nkomo ekoso enra our Public Accounts Committee yeso eno no na almost bisa minister say Black Stars na nkasa so no coach na da be ne nhwe ani mu say ebenya coach.
Yes, indeed. After the World Cup, countries that lost their head coach have made effort of replacing them. And you've mentioned countries like Portugal, France, and they've even renewed. Some of them contracts have been renewed. In Ghana, the FA, which is the agency or the organization in charge of making sure that they hire a coach, is in the process. And I personally have engaged them and they are working to, as at last week, the indication was that they will bring the final report to the ministry, possibly this week or next week. And because I also know that we have an assignment in March, and we need to have a replacement of head coach in place so that he can start preparing in earnest to get our team in place for the AFCON qualifiers, which is going to take place in March. So indeed, the country should be assured that the FA is working to ensure that we get a replacement.
Chairman, on the first issue, I just want to know from the minister whether local coaches are being considered.
Mr. Jawan, what the country needs is a very competent coach, a coach who will take us to where we want to help us to achieve our objective, and not just local or foreign coach. We want a very good coach.
Okay, Minister Mustafa Yusuf, no, or say, if you be now, Chimo, FF4, no, de Omonkrata Beba, Amaya, coach or Sefata, say, did you media no Ebemano? Now, when him say, I fear woman in the bush me a tosso me and sa Ghana will qualify, be a was sayable. Inti I was here in 10 years for coach, no to me be Jumano. Na penny phone back could be sansa, na yen money, yen more Ghana high coaches. Ebinom so no mo be hwe omo and also so ye bibini so ye broni no nya no mo hwe competence okay ade no yen famo ti me ha ho kra Professor Chubesi sika bi so no say ya ye bibi say sika no ye huni ye say be $1,200 bi I'm buying no accounting and on Professor Chumesi.
For us, the law requires we mobilize the IGF, and then at the time we were to lodge the money, and then NSA receives 40% of what we generate. In fact, due to challenges with the releases of funds, the government of Ghana funds approved by Parliament, we had a lot of challenges. So we wrote through our sector ministry to the finance for them to review the sharing, because most of the years sometimes you do not even get releases from the Controller and Accountant General. I think that request had been considered favorably, and currently as we speak, we have 66% to the National Sports Authority, and then the 34 to the finance. After that, we've been able to manage with it, and now we lodge, and we have indicated to all our regional offices also to lodge whatever money that they generate, and then for their share to be given to them. Honorable Chair.
Brother, I think the latter part of it, you have answered your own question. My question is, the 11,220 between July 2019 and July 2020. That was what happened. So according to auditors, the urge management to strictly abide by the regulation, but the amount, did it happen or not?
Yes, so when we received the report, we wrote to the Kuforidia, because this happened in the Kuforidia, for them to confirm as to whether this amount was indeed not lodged. It was confirmed to us recently, and steps have been taken to pay back that amount that belongs.
Okay, $11,220. So more share grant anymore, baby Scanafa. Okay. Professor Chumesi Ninsem so and okay. Yemra we nimu sana ye ram or had to work near San Court Conumina no share. Sir Christian, Mamisha same free Black Star coach, minister football dema sports authority boss when you saw a whole lot of issues.
Na Abia akubie public and council committee enimu de Abia nsema ya Canada na afedi umbeti. Menya sure said the APA no in terms of say ye stadium rentino new to everybody enye new da bia ye kan see etia say no ye ntimi kan kire National Sports Authority someone first stadium no rent da bi ntimi nkasa but so the stadium no be rented dia a basic way term obi eni kwa say we are professor to know this. Say emfaso be na woso say the stadium no be renti na wa diska bayanwie no na wa say facility no asa diska ni bi akwa maintenance. How does it make sense? Say me the idea amount me the rent o. But me the rent we no. Masa say facility no. Sikana me sa kwaji ye no. Masa da be renovation on the same facility na me the rent ye no. Na kwa +1 - we are not making progress. Erenti no da bia ye ka okọ Wembley bo so ho. Stadium si nyina na nsen come nu amanfo be rent di omo party bibia ye the rent. The moment na o rent pitch na nkasa de pitch ni de it must be covered. And Professor Chumesi looked through the camera and told us say the rent here omo kata so. Minim by ye concert our the class sports stadium wa ye hu say park no ye dia rent here yan kata pitch no so you saw it. Ye nyina ye hu ye. So how will he go to the public accounts committee and create a different picture? Say on the stadium rent here they cover the pitch. When all of us we have shown pictures and videos. I idea class sported abo concert, abo any other event biya. Yeah, we say you su pitch na yan kataso. Now you su pitch ni we, o say ni we. Because say we di be 100,000 Ghana cedis. Say o kata pitch no so a. Bianchi we no, you're not going to spend part of the 100,000 Ghana cedis, to make renovation. But one kata pitch no so what 100,000 Ghana cedis. We no, we mbe 50,000 renovation. Are you making progress? The mama entire beyond say so tie na obi. Was it they have facilities to cover the pitch? So kind. Was it they have it? Now so what there? Why are you not even using it? He was asked. So what there? Why are you not making use of what you have now? Now every dime biano ubeka sasa near the facility ama rent near jiska we are part of the money as a minor you said the renovation. Are you making progress from that nana? So I don't get it. Maybe as some can over the years I won't nyansa. So maybe at the public accounts committee there the same issue I copy on they will listen and maybe next time be around the stadium renting biana they'll cover at least the pitch. Okataswa at least asum duaba ye boso ni we are year the free so the pitch remain the same. Is it not shame to us as a country? Say ye pe baby abobo say as a national team ye na park not stadium ye assessment of the pitch na Ghana enya pitch e boso ball e okroma say Ghana ye capital ya kra by this time kra then at least build 2 pitches I meet standard our Accra. The one year Accra Sports Stadium. By nay, Obi Mamenkan Sudia. Senay, Ghana and Nigeria, Sebo World Cup playoff Bima, Yena venue. Only aware so Yena venue. The same problem now, Yen Nigeria, Shia and Yena, we have not even learned from it. Say Ghana and Nigeria, Sebo another World Cup playoff. FIFA, ever making sure, say, you may meet every required standard now. We are not going to get a required pitch to play our game on. Nina because of manfobi nema and so munyani. Rent the stadium though, yadi rent it, give it out. Jiska Bao Jiskano, Wembley, the pitch is covered. Yakata so. Yadi we leave the pitch to the mercy of nature. Near ja pitch no sa pitch in enya dada. Pitch na boss wa Accra Sports Stadium no. Kumasi enya dada. And to make it worse, near say I rent yasai erect near big boss no one our facility so stage our pitch so yenya facility yenya event ni we no na pitch na say I am worse. Now kwaji scanner sometimes scanner kwaji no o say nyina sa be renovation. I'm saying now I want me account for 11,000 Ghana cedi, $11,000.
Yes, $11,220.
So the question was answer after this revelation, what next? Accountability. Yeah. How do you recover the money? Next first time in you. So what your public accounts committee are most often it's who say we be now near them. Yes, this amount of money could not be accounted for. But after that, how do we recover the money? And if their punishment, Nipana or my Elusu says cano, what punishment are being prescribed to that microphone? So by next time we've been to me. Revelation $11,200 are missing, cannot be accounted for. What happens next? The best next, and I bet there's Obin because Obika, that's $11,000 yen to me. Nothing happens to anybody. There is no deterrent enough for Obin next time. Yeka say, and $11,200 cannot be accounted for. okay, if you are responsible, no, you are refunding the money. Or refunding we are. There's another consequences are waiting for you. Obi me sure say next time obia a bicycle krobia obi very careful. So after the revelation, the money cannot be accounted for. What happens next? And because public account so what time now now not just in sports. In fact, in public sector, a bicycle do several most times. We want to be training more. Sika accounts and so but there's a missing link in the battle. How do we recover that money? Because $11,200 in yes kamobi, but converting to Ghana cedis, you bet in the ABB, a bit monumental for us.
Absolutely.
So after the revelation, what happens next? How are we going to recover the money? Because just also discarding to me account for the code then what is the essence of this committee and what they are doing?
Absolutely.
Let us try to recover the money. That is much more crucial than the revelation.
Okay, Biggie.
Obi, Mekai said during a President Kufuor era, there was one sports minister, Malamisa, Ekoyera Ghana Sika, $46,000. Yebisa Malamisa also who baby a scanner for scanning good suitcase more, they see baby and one no scannibium. The man was jailed for 4 years. And it's not as if say, sorry to use this word, I'm not being racist, but say Abrofo ya papa chair before Debbie. But the difference between Bibini Bruni and Mra. The difference between Bibini and Bruni and Mra. Not say crazy, Kansika we are Yakan. The only idea betting me amo being a bichina. Yesika being conqueror or bichina. I say. Nipa kona enam ne so na asasi kan ye hu no ye de nipa ne be famra kwan so because sikano ye de manipa ana sikani bi afrim eti nipa na enam ne so na sikani bi afrim no e wo se nipa ne refund se sikano ana se kwan bi ese ye de nipa ne faso bi ye de nipa ne faso. But this is Ghana before you realize, especially when nipa on the party the upper so di aban sika or ya aban bibi, people are going to show those people because and the party in the upper. It will be your 10 China. One also so on your opportunity. What was go for the opportunity to buy mu? I reach your mo. It will also your opportunity. Or make sure I feel about kind of here. It can be on also be faso. No be return ho. No make sure so the bush ye. And sana the better not no. Nipa be sa the corner because on minor your team no. So you see party colors not only the bonia. Nipa be no more be so mu. It is joint President Kufuor era na American. That decision he took. Me ya sure say now you minister at that time. And now any public office at that time. O di niema be di agro ama sika bi afa won sase because the no yes sports minister mpo. Ya de ko twim esan say na Ghana sika afa nan sase. Once they've started questioning it, we have to make sure say they get to the tail end of everything. Now because already World Cup they are spending outrageously. And when I think about it, Obi, I think because it's here 9 countries plus another playoff country and a World Cup representing Africa. If we are getting to the stage, World Cup be a Ghana Bekobi. World Cup be a Bebo react be a Ghana Bekobi because 9 or 10 countries from Africa. Certainly Ghana is going to qualify. It's your fee, and I say to 2 years a West. Because time are not to the channel. There are times I am qualified. When we didn't qualify for 2018, SIDC 2014, a section of the Ghanaians were happy. So Oman called the Yamia but Sikakron, yes, I am World Cup near the Chamagan and EBN Debbie. But some Kofobi this kind of Basa saying it, and yet the Honor no, yeah. It's you make sure. Say a bayan Yam ran by Juma. National Sports Authority. Meaning, say, the sports ministry, I say. And the sports ministry is giving budget every year to run sports. It is a National Sports Authority, Castle I'm maintaining a various stadium. A Tomer stadium outer. Fine, any problem. But the question is, she can't call sports ministry in the Hormone. Is it the National Sports Authority Nebi and Adomunian and Swomo? Because when it comes to the Black Stars, the ministry decides to obey me a convince ya bino. A do Black Stars in Kwa, ya need baby yasikani wo. When it gets to Black Stars, no matter the amount, if you throw a better table, so near the amount penny for. If you throw a better table, so near the amount penny for. No matter how difficult Ghana is, there is no way to Black Stars be decided to a match. And I say a game now by the because when you come from my Black Stars and co. Debbie. There are times the sports ministry would have to convince the government. No push can them Black Stars. It's the National Sports Authority. I know such a sports ministry national. I didn't know you want to be convinced ya bino. Now binding for 5 9 and after fans no more for maintaining a stadium. No National Sports Authority. And to be just come find any name was why. But they keep telling us the stadium name rent. A deep stadium never say Crampoa. Chicago care was a National Sports Authority. I was so because on Yesika. But Papa was say I have sports ministry no. At the budget for the year. And I am sure, sir, maintenance of the stadium and the pitches in the Bibiano is going to be part of the budget. Because it's a ministry, I say. It is a son of the idea. Sasi Kanaya Kwahifa. It is the National Sports Authority in Debbie. And I don't know because if you are under the sports ministry and the sports ministry is giving budget for every year. Minimum the country was a National Sports Authority Debbie Abekacha Ghana for Oniska into the stadium near renting, Oniska or the stadium near renting. When the sports ministry is giving a budget. I'm in Amakao. It's in a smart say sports minister Kwako Jina Parliament. Now all catch the select committee and I say accounts committee in the same team. Or catch NSA before no, so we make sure some back of our pitch. So any idea no man yes, and only the honor. But the sports minister also has a role to play. When I was our convincing government, no, not a second for me, this can become home. Since Canada does one, not so much to be maintaining pitches in a year. Many sure that these things are going to happen. And Mr. Professor Peter Chumesi, a leader. I will my way. I will lead the National Sports Authority. I could accounts committee and you can't throw. Say you cover the pitches. Now you have to take somebody out, you're part of the committee, and I catch out say you are lying. One cover pitch because during the NDC Congress he was there, and the pitch wasn't covered. So if not, Papa say NDC Congress no Kobe. Now pitch the na and kata aswa, and Professor Chumasi can't throw the Ghana for. And I'm shocked because Oriente pitch out, Oriente Stadium out, people went for the event. Those who went for the event, and will separate the Yankataso. So how then do you come back to tell Ghanaians? Separate no Kataso. These are the kind of people that are leading us. And it is creating problems. At the end one yet, can Ukraine or Honum, Sikana over here, let them know. Sa budget about ministry Nisha, and to the Abamu Honum Yakatuabi. And to increase budget to them from Mamu, you tell them, you let them know your problems. But who could you know what control the Achero Ghana for? Now, Yano one feels your bed and will be a wow.
Okay.
The Professor Chumesi should learn from this. Yeah. Not going forward, no. Or then the sports minister, Roman Kambum, Roman Yeme for the betterment of Ghana sports.
Black Star coach, no. It's a local coach, them says, yeah, don't pay so much. And the word is competence and it has nothing to do with local or foreign. Well,
I wouldn't disrespect any local coach, but your system needs to see and me who local coach will be to lead Black Stars. The people in charge of Black Stars, Black Stars and the summer. Whenever they get a local coach, per the allegedly said there are a lot of interferences. The coaches, when they are there, will be someone make us interference in your BBN or but immediately they leave their post. No a granting interview, no a catch Ghana for say. Now was be the 90 form at a point because I see change I 5 Emmanuel Lomote more. And Emmanuel Lomote. Mimi no me anunim. Say Emmanuel Lomote is a player of Keto Kriku. A former Dreams FC player. It is a coach Babonte. No, because we be see kind. Now on fire monolomote more at a point also in the 90 form. No, this I say on invite a brand any more Black Stars. A check clearly said there is interference. Recently, Akwasi Appiah also Ababeka. So when he invited Kudus Mohamed Achimeru, Majid Achimeru, he was told, so you see Mranchene the Omubo game, you are going to lose your job. So losing the job no directly after that game. Another one losing the directly after that game. And someone penny for be catcher no. Say any catcher and says Mranchene Ntini and more. Ube Lucy were Jumadia. Then clearly they were telling you that you have to call the right people. But for you to make an emphatic statement, so Omubo being Kwadia interference and the local coaches no one giving the opportunity. And to be standing on their feet and taking decisions. Or to Adam Boy, I want to broach if you saw what the German training. And go back to Bruni. They are free post or granting post match. He told Ghanaian say, oh, Bompire and next coach of Bebalibet me, I am firm. No one bold in taking decisions. It means he wasn't allowed to be firm. And he wasn't bold enough as a coach. It's a problem. Say Ghana ni biya ba be jumana. Ebe we have no problems. And your local coaches, you know, a lot of them. I had to say a Jumani system. It is a national team job. I will be a your favor. A coach to be prepare a national team. Also 2 years in Tianaka. It's a 20 years a team not to also there be shame me bring me body and minyan to one obi befa. A Juma will see in 2 years. Much a ben wabri and intent to minyan to one no be mamefa. It's Nipana yen Tianakano. Oh, okay, Wakana no to know Jumano because on one cat who is on some fata he has been favored. And a coco basa, Bibilia Juma 2 years now in Tianaka. A issues be brain at the beba because only so did you baby. For the local coach there, apart from the word competency, even the system doesn't allow them to be competent, even if you are. Because people are going to interfere. But the coaches will not can. People are going to interfere. And the moment they interfere, you can never be competent because ultimately more than open. It's for me. For that. Say I'm chinchina, I am for a local coach. So at the time of Ukrum Pete do na mo be kana ye. Impete na dibia. Yempe obi o ye competent. That's key word. Now the people in charge making sure some media na ye juma. Okay. If not that, there is no way things are going to change.
A competent local coach.
The system won't allow you to be competent.
Okay. And she had to tell him say Hector Cooper.
It's good.
Hector Cooper. Yes. Former Inter Milan, Argentine, Hector Cooper. Steve McLaren, formerly of Middlesbrough, former England coach. Hector Cooper, so Hector Cooper, they will be 80 years, but you're going to check him out, Hector Cooper. When you basa, Hector Cooper, Hector Cooper, will be 80 years old. Wow. So much shortlisting there. Na minim but
na to wasu show dey na ko si say
oh na say we catch us no dey April Fool's Day prank na no person mo ye say na is enkomo no say na na si koron person mo
na
nkwala so nya nkwala
have we na so dey no
okay Hector Cooper is 67
okay
67 so formerly of Egypt formerly of Valencia Hector Cooper
not a bad one. At a point, I know the same figure.
Where's Chris Hilton, so Hector Cooper and your bad man. In all honesty, I think okay. Let's see. Yeah, now say Christian or 1 or 2 additions via
last us na see interesting
interesting there we can still
interesting.
Hector Cooper there say why you adwuma Inter Milan, why you adwuma Valencia, wasan you adwuma Egypt on him say African terrain in city here. Nti Hector Cooper
me pe coach or de Guido Mensah bebo na babara ma be tranche.
Oh Hector Cooper bet me answer.
Me pe coach I ko tournament or de Joseph Pencil beko because of form. I just need that coach.
Oh Hector Cooper bet me aye.
Yes. The last 3 blaster coaches are disappointed very much. Sika Kuno to Milu to Otoado Krani Kofaka Krade so much believe in them, especially in Nigeria for we any Krade. Najide na be so much say Abia maybe they will be the next big thing for Air Ghana. But at the World Cup, Utimi said they were not men of their own. So Utimi the Barbara Man Bobo Eddie Guido Mensah Tranche. Na Guido Mensah abo a game before Sebobo against Uruguay. na Blasters a winning. Now the Gidomensa Tranche at the Babarama Bababo. We are also the next coach who hopes to be the free hands to work. The last 2 coaches, the last 3 coaches sent me in fact, the last 2 normally look at and crowdy. Disappointment is so big. Sika Kuno any Otuado. Disappointed that much. The next Blaster coach be a Blasters coach or be free players are merited not based on where they come from. Now these days, call up based on where you are affiliated to, which camp you come from. As soon as you where camp where you are affiliated to this. In fact, we hear stories. Players because they don't sign to certain agencies, they don't call them into the national team. Now, yes, sir, it doesn't matter who comes as the Blaster head coach. Blasters because it doesn't matter how competent you are. Once you are not under our agency, we are not going to call you. Once you are under our agency, no matter how bad you are, you play. That is why Guido Mensah was sit on the bench in a game Ghana needed to win. Near the Guido Mensah tranche, na Baba Rama Kwakobo, na Uruguay foi, Edin Namhosa, na Baba Raman abu almost 90 minutes.
Hector Cooper versus Anubam.
Yeah, no. Say bit me coach go reverses are trending.
Okay, Hector
because
Cooper.
In this current trend, Obi, not a reverse of the trender. Nabigi can see extend Africa slot from 5 to 9 and potential 10. ABI like is going to be walk up every now and then. But even that we may not even qualify because near a year else I walk up Obi air time.
But under Hector Cooper, former DRC, former Uzbekistan, former Inter Milan, former Valencia, former Real Betis. Oh, Hector Cooper there.
More appointing knowing very well say they will not have their way over him.
Oh,
those are more appointing in him. Say as soon as you not have our way.
It's a collaboration.
And have the appointing authority.
Government FA collaboration and say short list way up and say no krenkwa dia. Na say Hector Cooper no LED ebe bro ma dwe ne menti ase so say ebo akofa Steve McLaren unless the consideration is kasem maybe Hector Cooper but so nipa na tuma be adma DR Congo why not? Why can't Ghana employ Hector Cooper or a 4-4-2 coach? So Ghana so 4-4-2 enti ehun sam no Christopher Nete ni hat work situation no so no am say Nisa Abrantene had to work done deal. Now Abrantene de Achao Pabiaba also no work kotokono or can send be say House of Folk here SHS and I could go university. Says yeah no we're free university in SHS and I see all SS students nature say Mr. Mo and some make Sabio Manu
Medina very big station is sorry I'm actually any supporter be my comment be me fan say anya udeno me ka sorry na me catch them say I won't go back to do that again obi my comment be na say my bibia e be ahyewa na say how be no mo fan chem me football idea club dey no and yet to say let me see has fans comment na me here no e be obi wo other team because me when I was saying I didn't mention any teams into team for be me fan say I was referring to most me say normal human being as a medidubia as a obia you know what you're about to do and what you want to achieve in life and when you do something and someone steps on your toe and tells you say oh ade we are kind and the next thing you have to do is just to apologize.
Okay, so Christopher Nete apology naba when them say obia de betu ne hofo when you get excited yeah no ahwe o nyoma ye are hoso ba na we hu senior obesi ahihye o nyoma okay me ogidie sronko say hard to work supporters so aje an apology not to men we just have to move the Black Galaxies is in there 7:30 sharp on be training ni nyina no ya hobo mo ye say nyame bo achina ya ni Sudan kai say Morocco 4 points no Ghana ya mo bo bia ba mama 3 points into okay I don't want to be a prophet of doom but in all honesty maybe it might just be a only point. Okay, so 7:30 the Abekoswe or Algeria no I will wish the team well against Sudan nyame bo achina me sure say nyambo echina bira sanse minimo Asante Kotoko youth team justify na ekoso na nkwala na show interest obigi amanfo nya Kotoko academy ni mo mbebo enura minim so to me fa ho a omso recording nipa be 900 and opay so no information e ba no e che se nkwala no so apie mu ho pa no pay nkwala no 900 and opay so no say so atakakra ba be 800 enti justify na ekoso ewo Asante Kotoko ahye beto aso anyam bo akina na fiada o my final selection the me then say CEO na mu na amponsa na mu ho enti coach ukofa ba ku bi ni anyina na yenya yewebo ni bi enti amono ni nyina no mo justify for academies no enti enya de bia ye bone ye ade bia wo say ye say Asante Kotoko ne hard to work no no and there's all here live on Facebook and all here live on 1AG television adako jache no kwalai I wish them the very best of luck omunyire omo na tinkwala we nyina no pese omo bobo na na amponsa na ni omo kasa no amazing. At least for this, you give it to them. Yeah. Interest no source.
Yeah.
Meaning academy no be house your mo.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
We have plans like that. Yeah. Oh, nice.
Obiam, in any part of the world, here in Ghana especially, Adiabako Football Club been here. Na ebetimi aboa na pa sustain the senior team in the academy system. The other time I was saying say okoba bit say Europe. You see Chelsea for example. Chelsea no ton players from the senior team. Ebia 80 million, ebia 60 million. Sa 60 80 million no mo beton no. Anu bi na ebe be senior team no. Na ebia transcend the junior team no so na dia akwa the junior team. But here in our system, say Kumasi Asante Kotoko nya a senior team player no decide say on turn the nako baby ebia obeti $200,000 ebia obeti $150,000. There are times we've even heard about $50,000 say Kotoko turn the player e akwa outside na ye $50,000 and only wo but what is a cheater FC moton players they have sold more than the Kotoko moton senior players. Meanwhile they are running the academy system. What is a warfare ton player almost top players around 600,000, 400,000 to the tune of $1 million. More than what Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Already go outside. Obete right to dream there. William Crampo Beshaw. Young players. Aye Tom. Edi achen Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Any akara to folk senior players. Eti di achen say. Even with that now Tony Crampo no obi. O supporters no bofu. Because some of you say Kotoko a big club. It also keep the core of the team. Who keep the core of the team no. Now say who say so to be ebe beka ho because you person ye Africa. You person ye ho. These are the words that anytime I'm paying for the come and share biano. The owner of the club open so ka che omo. Say league no hu or Africa. It is supporters no to so league no omo so Africa. It is our Tom Bella and supporters na kasa. Oto mu da Syria na supporters na kasa. One team and keep Fabio Gama na supporters na kasa. But I say you know, so one an academy system only options are beton penny for no. But imagine if you have a strong academy system and I will build that links in the connection and I will tell players to say they are for a tongue. Or told to say your right to dream air tongue. And academy no, the supporters wouldn't be watching you or looking at you say for academy no kokwaje the trophy say fabric team no. Say supporters say here Kotoko build an academy. You keep academy players no near the Akonka Ghana, near the Ajije trophies at the youth level. There be support them for home. The academy players no obetimi aton. Now when you see carefully, not the core of the senior team. Now supporters they will keep you. The core of the senior team. One case I will to be the bomb more than now the African. What you mean at the Sasikana from the youth level numpo at you maintaining the senior team. It's a season. That's a Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Yebeshe season na senebi oko European tour. Omo European tour ni you know. Ebia wetimi atombe 4 or 5 youth players. Ewo Ebia bakubia ko for $200,000. Se bakubia ko $200,000 ay $1 million or $1 million. When you say sikano kakrabe ko academy nimu, ubetimi de say $1 million no, a chunk of it I keep the core players in the senior team.
And no crown and first well was only resale and as all the contracts ne be shame like onward sales.
Yes. Onward transfer. Obese your percentage to wom. Youth players no know bia na obetimi aton akwa abrochire. Odi bi be ma other clubs agiska. Obi so be make the cut. Obetimi asa baba be senior team player. Obebo senior team no. Amoanya so mfaso senior team nimu. Na wasan so aton from the senior team. Asanya mfaso. So here in our part of the world, Abrofo no develop it to that level on the crampono. Academy systems are better. Na ye hanum say. So I think it's an initiative. Ebe bo Kumasi Asante Kotoko nya so mo ba be chance no ma be tiada because justify the be the currency pen and sana na am ponza mo ba.
Oh yes.
But because the club itself any a blueprint o mo nam so ntino.
Yes.
Management and also the executive chairman at that time, the board chair, IFR management they also came in with a different plan. It will make sure. Say we and this management are closer to their 3-year term, and nobody knows what is going to happen. So whether they continue or not, this is a legacy. I want to make sure because here in our part of the world, Obi, as I said early on, a football club a strong and a solid academic system.
Okay. I'm saying I was say FA no crowd they can more on San Albert Premier League club no. I was saying you might be football clubs that was all more. I mean, it should be basic because I don't know a revenue generation and a revenue generating venture academy no. So mo ya skabebam into amon peke amon farm rent no mo nim bono wo hu onya fe na me wo fa ball say me wo fa nie me na we sound your man enya dia bebo
a nice move many agi management no pa onso open so appointed board no we have letter now one of the mandates given to the board nso omon set Kotoko academy board no kam ye so say omon be 4th year no mu ramu yi na am ponsa 3rd year mu ani enti no setting the academy there ya nisa. But Obi, my small worry kakra, I am 900 being supervised for a day. One shana unya proper assessment of the place on under such circumstances. It's one very good player will be thrown away because 900 players on a single day there. A better than coach is not even a proper observation of San Kwarano. And beyond the justifier, after Kotoko justify, Kotoko must also have a proper scouting system. I was about to bontia ko pesa talent media be team na ombenya ho dada. So what I say because a better man no we justify kra no beba but enra na BYT catch me say one day 900 nkra ne bae na omuye trading. How can you assess them just one day? Akrobi bad ne na china wa ma bie mu a he may be a very good player but nem ko na one team hu so no you throw that player away. Enti after omu justify no so no school ball Kotoko emanya scout yeah, boy, they should have their scout. Call inter areas. Talent baby, they can bring those talent and form the academy. Vision the justifier, no. They must also go out and fish out some of these talents.
Okay. Circles for so about no. Na hono ya there na ho almost man serious so Ashanti regional circles elections no omo asa to asheda until further notice na ye hwe nim san kamemene dan na beba so ni nyina mu no ehun sam bia be piem ba bia ye de betum anim RTU for so mpanyim for the abasa so ye ekuo no eba na say nsam bi ni na mu from amefa David Abanya ho say San no mon fan to baby cry. Referee goal stars. We any goal stars near San Kotoko game no. In penny for to friend say church in some kakremu. Na say but who post be here? He says yeah man for referee no old Facebook pages. And I'm saying na hustle bon match be no phobia. So this about Ghana football, very interesting day by day as we go on. Okay, any more closing remarks? Now, I'm saying justify because you be so basso into was say you share impending for no na any omo edi nkomo na Andy Casillas. Okay, Andy Casillas so bet na say na referee no okay me no go because so human institution and referee then penalty no.
It's what for so say I want too many.
Yes.
Obi adwuma bi o ye bia no, we all get a bad day in the office. Yete hanoma ye kasa on radio. Menya sure say de bia na analysis bi obi abeto obi asomo abonten. So ye nyina there are times that we get bad days in the office. But the problem is continually de bia de ni sisa na ye boapa ya na say ni da ho. And that is where the problem is. Men confirm me here, but I've heard say he was the same referee Kotokone RTU or Tamalino. Our just offside goal. Edema RTU ma Kumasi Asante Kotoko Lucy. If that is the case, I'm not for to raise concerns. So do baby any anopa. It was rumored. Allegedly in Kronim say omo penalties mienu omeshe Kotoko 2-1 and a whole lot of stories near there. Enti say Koko to so sa o pushing Crawford away from the Ghana Premier League already. Yeah, bless you been supporters at Stadium. It is also my dear to us here. Oh hard and that is where the problem is. Enti omo to omo sa fair referee yeah. Obi at said here odeshie ewu and also obi akum odeshie na asem na court na ye jeli nipa no odeshie na wawu no on my back but the mere fact ye jeli nipa no ema wabotoyem bi emu akoma toyem Kotoko ntimi anje the 3 points or Lucy points ni bi but say referee ye twena so a me sure say Kotoko any other supporter will follow the Ghana Premier League referee bi suba nti ema na tenafie no ebe hu say mpanyifo na ye serious straight on Bayer football and those people are going to come back to support the league now. You're the best of the league. So for me, I think it's a step in the right direction. If only Omuhemna referee the phone quadia, I was asked to become a referee.
The football media referees young and more business in the Moses CAF the idea be about money FIFA. So oh referee now more so any abosumi be a FIFA ne CAF betu ya ukawu. Into ya monyere mo because Ghanaian referees Daniel Lai ne ni omo call Chani bosumi bia CAF send you $500 inti one year ho now o ma wani koso 500 ne 200 cedis ne mponche ne emo ne anwa ne sa ne na onko wani referees omo call FIFA World Cup no bia gi $100,000 appearance fee adwuma no o ye na o yere ho na o dura ni mo a obedidi inti mesramo eya na mo mamo hwe nioma nketenkete no yesramo na mo ma agro no nyefe utumi se referee we washed utumi na referee ball be no di eya ha dwen mutumi tutu mani ira na my nioma basa the obedi Ken Pfizer on how to work what na fie 1 year man ko ye division 1 1 full year. Y'all bless. Also division 1, also tenafi almost a year. Umbekwa baba still no mube I don't know. Okay. Andy Casillas. Fabwa for don't